Welcome to the bench. This is the 1/32 scale Revell Hawker Tempest that I'm currently in the process of building. Some of you guys commented that you'd prefer videos with me talking, doing a bit of a commentary. I won't actually be doing any building on this video. I just wanted to give you, I guess, an update on where we're at. Just some Mr. Surfacer 500 there, filling in some of the final gaps that needed sorting out. Only very minor ghost seams. But yeah, she's not far off ready to give it that final sand, and then I'll give it a coat of my usual Vallejo primer, usually black, sometimes mix in a bit of their dark brown as well, depending on what the colours are going to be above. But the previous kits that I've done in the RAF scheme, I've used the black base method with some pre-shading, usually done in either a mix of insignia white or off-white, and then with the odd panel maybe done in sort of a buff colour. But I've been playing around on the kits that I've been building recently, and yeah, you've obviously got to try and keep them similar looking for when they're on the shelf. At the moment, I'm just in the process of working on the landing gear parts, just tidying these up, cleaning them, ready to be given a coat of primer, along with the props and the spinner, so they can be painted at the same time as the body. The kit itself is pretty good. The detail's quite nice. The fit is okay, average. I'd say compare it to, say, a Tamiya kit, then it's terrible. But, compare it to some of the other brands around that aren't particularly good, and it's been okay. I mean, I was surprised, to be honest, for a short run, special hobby tooled kit, then yeah, it's not been too bad. This is the one-man army stencil set that I've got for the kit. I've never tried doing the stencils on the airframe using masks before, so yeah, it'll be interesting. I have got one of these sets for the 1/24 scale Airfix Spitfire. But yeah, I figured I'd give it a go on this one. It does come with some squadron markings as well. Haven't decided which, if any, from those I'm going to go with. I'm still trying to decide on which bird to do. I do actually quite like the one that's on the box art for the kit itself, so I might use the side markings and use the decals, or make some masks. I don't know. Again, haven't decided yet. I'll figure that out when I get to the stage of needing to. But yeah, the ones that are given in the one-man army set, I think one of them may possibly have been a D-Day. I can't remember which. There's definitely one of those two, looking it up online, that came with the invasion stripes, but not full invasion stripes. So, top and bottom of the wings, and also the rear of the fuselage. I think it was just the type that goes under the bottom half of the fuselage at the back. But yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head which one it was. Just going to talk about colours for a minute. I know there's a lot of debate online, as you see all the time, of, you know, which colours are correct, which type of colours to use, which model manufacturer to use, etc, etc. I think anyone that follows my Facebook page will know I generally use the Vallejo range. I don't really like the MiG ammo stuff. I haven't tried AK 3rd gen. The Mr. Hobby Aqueous stuff is okay. I've got some of those, and they're not bad. But yeah, I think Vallejo, because of the colours that they have, you know, I think they've got the biggest range out there, over 300. And from what I've seen personally, I think their colours are generally pretty much on point. And yeah, they're really nice to work in terms of the smell and, you know, with them being water-based, etc. I guess there's arguments for and against for a number of reasons. Either I'm lucky or I've just cracked it, but I don't really ever seem to have any issues with painting them from the airbrush. So yeah, you know, why not use them? I don't find that it's not tough paint. You know, I can handle this in the primer, no problem. I don't have issues with it not sticking to the plastic. I can mask, it doesn't pull off. You know, all of these things that people say on other YouTube videos that, you know, they have issues. So I've never personally come across any of those problems, and I would have thought if you do have those kind of problems, then it's, yeah, potentially user error. You know, you've not cleaned the plastic, or, you know, you've been holding it with maybe greasy fingers, or I don't know. But anyway, so these are the colours that I'll be using. This is the primer that I generally use. I do also have their other surface primer, but the bottle that I've got, I've had it for a couple of years now, and I think it's not gone off as such, but doesn't seem to spray as nice as it once did. So I got this, and this is actually nearly empty. I think there's probably maybe this much left. And I've done, I'd say at least the last half a dozen kits primed with this. And it's, yeah, this is actually really good. I'd say this stuff is actually better than their surface primer. It seems to have a stronger pigment in it. So even when it's diluted down 70-30, 80-20 thinners to paint, it still covers really, really nicely. You obviously have to give it a few extra coats, but I like to build up the water-based acrylics anyway. You know, sort of a couple of misting coats, leave it to dry for a few minutes, and then a couple of more coats on top of that. And that's generally, you know, what it takes to get a nice black, smooth finish. Same with the Model Air. I'd say the one criticism I do have of the Vallejo Model Air is the myth that it's ready to paint out the bottle is not true at all. I've tried it, and that's generally when it does clog up the needle on a 0.3 airbrush. Maybe if you used a 0.5 it'd be better, but yeah, I find 50-50 or even sometimes 60-40 thinner to paint is the way, and then again a few light coats rather than trying to splodge it on and be lazy with just one coat. And I guess you can kind of do that more with, say, SMS or Mr. Colour or whatever, the lacquer based paints. They do tend to cover a lot better. But again, I find that these, in terms of colours, when they're done, work really nicely on this RAF scheme. Again, you see some painted in other brands online, and I personally don't think they actually look correct, whether you take scale factor into account or different light, etc. I find the Vallejo stuff, I especially found that on the Spitfire that I did last, the Tropical Spitfire. Some of the Trop RAF stuff, the the sort of two shade beige brown I see online don't look correct at all. But again, we weren't there during World War II, so no one actually knows. You're going off old photographs, some of which have been colorized, and yeah, it's hard to tell. So anyway, that's where we're at the moment. Hopefully it's Monday now here in New Zealand, so yeah, hopefully by the end of this week, if I can fit it in, this will be painted up in those three colours, ready for decals, stencils, etc. But yeah, it's getting there. We're not far off, I would say, in terms of being able to finish this bad boy off. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is obviously only video number 2 in this series. I will do probably at least another 3, maybe 4 short videos on me finishing this. If you'd like to follow the progress of that, then hit the subscribe button. More videos will be coming obviously in the future. I'm still practicing and learning when it comes to doing YouTube videos, so bear with me. They might be a bit crap to start with, but yeah, hopefully that'll develop over time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.